Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bush Block Homestead. Today I thought we'd show you our goats that we've got. Here they are having a nice feed of trees that we just cut down for them. So we have 6 goats in total, there's 4 here. And the other 2 are up here just having a rest. We'll go visit these 2. So here we have Betty, the one closest to us. And here is Gracie. Oh, I've upset Betty. Well, she might want a pat. So these are our pet goats. We're going to use them to help clear the back paddocks for us and clean up the scrub and improve the land. At the moment they're in this pen here and they need moving, so we're currently working on a couple more pens. This one here is pretty bare, so we feed them twice a day. In the morning we give them pellets, commercial feed, and in the afternoon we normally bring up branches and things that we've cut. Today we've cut a few branches early this morning because we're clearing paddocks for them. Here's a few things for them to climb on, just made out of some old tyres and some treated pine sleepers. So here are the other 4. Here we have Rupert. And this is Lily. Over the back here. This is Gabby. And here we have Gidget. And those 2 there, they're actually twins. We'll have a look at their shelter that I built for them. So this is the shelter I built for them. It's around about 3 metres by 3 metres. Just using scrap timber I had lying around. There's a few copper's logs and trees for the corner posts. Just using second-hand iron. I built a bit of a platform there for them to get up out of the wet if it rains heavy. Not that they have to worry about that much. Just got some mulch on the floor, which is actually it's cane mulch. So we just renew that for them now and again. We'll rake that out, use it as mulch for the garden, and put in a new bale of cane mulch for them. We also have a mineral block in here. So that's a mixture of all different minerals, and it's got molasses in it, so they chew on that whenever they want. Yeah, so that's their accommodation to get out of the rain and the weather. Outside they've got a couple of water troughs. And they've just got plastic floats in there that keeps them filled up. They can both be isolated with valves, and that water there comes from outside. We've just got a couple of water containers here that we fill, and there's just a poly line that runs in back to those water troughs. We've had to put some corrugated iron here to protect the poly because they were lying on it and scratching up against it and damaging the pipe. So yeah, that's their water system there. We did have one trough at the start. We had to add a second trough as they were consuming a fair bit of water during summer. Now that it's started to cool off, the water consumption's obviously gone down. Here's Lily. She likes getting head rubs. She'll come up to you and just rub her head on your leg. You just got to watch out for her horns. Hey Lily. On the goat shelter we've also got this Wi-Fi camera set up, which is solar powered. So we have a small solar power system in here, small battery and a charge controller, and there's a small 10-watt solar panel out the back on the roof. So this camera is fully controllable. It's got zoom and you can spin it around and you can monitor the goats at any time with the mobile app as well as inside on the computer. It also connects to the TV because the TV has an app on it, so you can have a look at the goats whenever you want from inside the house. Just keep an eye on them. You see the fencing we've used here for the goats is just called hinge joint fencing. It's just got, as you can see, the knots in them. It's called hinge joint. And on the inside I put offset electric fence just to stop the goats climbing on the fence or sticking their head through, as they have done in the past. And because our goats have horns, they can get their head stuck through the hinge joint. So I put a couple strands of hot wire on the inside to stop them doing that. We've just got this solar set up, which is just a solar panel to a small battery with your electric fence unit there. Now here is some of the commercial feed that we feed the goats. It's a mixture of oats and corn and different things. There's also a pellet mix, and they just get that in the morning. They also get this biowormer, which is a natural, another supplement. It's got all vitamins in it and copper, as goats need copper, and it's also a natural wormer. So you can see that stuff there. It's like a green powder. A lot of minerals in there for them to help them out. That in addition to their mineral block they've got. So you can see a quick look at what's in there. Now here also we've got a stand for them for when we have to clip their hoofs and just check their eyes and that for worms, but we haven't had any issues with worms since we've been giving them this biowormer, and that saves having to get the goats and drench them individually. So there's a quick introduction to our goats. We might go and have a look at the paddock we're currently working on, where they're going to move next. This is the area we are currently working on for the new paddocks for the goats. Cutting down a lot of dead trees, dead gums. They've been standing and they've been dropping limbs. We don't like cutting down healthy trees, but all these trees are unhealthy. We've got a lot of cleanup to do. As you can see, these trees there's a lot of dead limbs just hanging there. We've also got a little dam over here. Sounds like someone's in for a swim at the moment. Bit of a dip. As you can see, there's not much water in there at the moment. I actually dug this dam myself just with the tractor we've got. Just an old David Brown 990 with a front hydraulic bucket on it. The dogs love having a swim in the middle of the summer. Starting to cool off now, but we haven't had rain for a while. Yeah, so all this area here, taking out all the weak and dead trees before we start doing some fencing. It's a lot easier to clear it all now rather than have limbs and things drop on the fences after we've built them. So you can see all these trees here, they're all dead, and they're a danger to animals and even us underneath, if you happen to be underneath and a limb falls. Yeah, so once all this is completed and cleaned up, we're going to start doing some fencing here for the goats, make a few more paddocks for them so we can rotate them. And then we've got all the back paddocks to do as well, which we'll cover in another video. Well, until next time, we'll catch you again. See ya.